Okay, so here we are, Zero Chill. When did you get asked to play Luke in the show? I figure I got cast in the summer. Yeah, because I remember I was at the National Theatre with a friend when I got the call to say I got the job. Did you have to audition for the role? Of course I did. I'm not Tom Cruise. Do you know what I mean? I have to audition. So I remember, I remember going in and I remember hearing somebody in the room finishing their audition and thinking, they're okay. And then I remember hearing the lovely executive producer and the producer talking about the guy saying, he's great, we really like him. And I was like, yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet. And I met the guy on the way out and I kind of just, I knew, not to be big-headed or anything, but when you were younger, you played ice hockey. I did play ice hockey. Did all that skill and knowledge come in handy for Zero Chill? Well, I wasn't a great ice hockey player. My little brother was much better than me, but I loved the sport. So when I got to the rink, I was a little bit unsure of myself, and thankfully we had some great hockey coaches there who got me back into the spirit of things. And do I still play hockey? No. What's your favourite thing about filming Zero Chill? Well, all the cool hockey stuff, but also the lovely people I got to work with. You know, they're a really nice bunch, and we had a lot of laughs. The hockey boys that played the doubles were a lot of guys from the under-18s team in Sheffield where we shot, and they were just really cool guys and just fun, and just doing silly teenage boy stuff. It made me laugh, and it was all good. Okay, what was it like playing Luke Mcbentley? Well, it's like nothing I've played before, really. He's a really nice guy, and I never really get those nice guy parts, and so I really enjoyed playing, warm, soft character, I suppose you'd call him, and he's fun too. He's I don't think he's supposed to be the brightest guy. He's just really loving and just wants his family all to be happy. That's basically his motivation, and yeah, I really enjoyed playing a character like that, and I hope I get to do it again. Are there any funny bloopers from the show? I'm sure there's lots. There's definitely one where I skated right up to the edge of the rink with the camera right in front of me and fell over right in the lens, so I'm sure that one exists. What was it like playing the most annoying police officer in CID? Yeah, he was kind of supposed to be annoying, but in a way that's what made him fun to play, because there were so many like heroic guys, and he was a nice guy, Stuart, but he was very arrogant, and he was very much into making sure that he always got the credit for crimes that were solved, even if they were solved by other people, and very smart, but he was fun to play because we got to the point where there became a running joke of how can we make sure that he kind of falls flat on his face. So he would always ask women out, and they would always turn him down, and he would always someone would stitch him up or something, that was fun to play. I did 104 episodes over 3.5-4 years, and you really learn what screen acting is in that time, and had some great teachers there. Which cast members would you have liked to film more with? Well, I guess the ones that I was lucky enough to actually film a lot with, like Sally Rogers and Chris Simmons, Scott Maslin, people who just make me laugh, and Lucy Speed. And then people I got to, they played my partners at one point, and that was, we had a load of fun on that job, loads of fun. What's one scene and or storyline you were in that you personally love? God, it's so long ago, I can't remember many of the storylines, to be honest. Oh, I had my own TV show. Stuart had his own like crime watch show where he was like this, this kind of real detective superstar. That was fun to play. Oh, just everything. What did you think of the love triangle with Stuart, Sam and Phil? Again, it was fun to play. I loved working with Scott, who played Phil, Scott Maslin, because that boy makes me laugh so much. Like, he's crazy, but like in a good way, And it just made me laugh. Did you take any memorabilia of the bill home with you? No, I wish. I wanted one of those like buttons that you can flick out. If the bill were to come back, would you come back? Yeah? If you'd been able to write an episode of The Bill, what would you have done, and which character would it have focused on? Well, me, obviously. Do you prefer location or on set? Well, on set is always more comfortable. Being on location on The Bill, usually we're shooting in like rough little streets and stuff like that, so it wasn't always pleasant. But it's always nice to be out and about in the summertime. Do you think you'd be any good in the police force? No. I'm sure I could solve some crimes though. What was it like working in America? I mean, it's not that much different from working here or working on an American show in Europe, which I've done. The food is much better. You get this thing called craft services where they basically have a whole platter, like a mile-long table full of goodies, and a guy will cook you anything you want whenever you want, omelets, pancakes, whatever. That's cool. It was good, and also very different business there. Do you prefer working in America or the UK? UK, yeah. In some of the TV show films you've starred in, you've had to put an accent. Which is your favourite accent to play? I've played a lot in an American accent, a lot. I actually did a show a couple of years ago called Dark Heart where I had to play a Greek guy who'd spent a lot of his life in London. And I remember at the audition I did a very strong Greek accent because I have a lot of Greek friends. I spent a lot of time there, and I was like, yeah, I thought I nailed that. And they were like, that's great. Would you mind reading it in a Cockney accent? So I read it in a London accent for them. And I got the job, and then I think it was about a few days before the read-through. No, a few days after the read-through, they said, oh, we like the Greek and we like the Cockney, but what we really want is you to mesh the two. So we'll see you on set. And so I turned up on set, kind of not really knowing how I was going to do that. And my accent came out, and I sounded like Ali G. And I said, there's something like that, you know what I mean? And we did the take, and it was a long scene, and they went, yeah, that's great, moving on. I'm like, oh no, that means I have to do that Ali G accent for the whole job, which I did. Did you enjoy being a voiceover artist for Battlefield 1 and Uncharted? Well, actually, I was voiceover for Uncharted. I did lots of different voices, like, get down, take cover, he's over there, shoot him, and other different, and like soldier types. But in Battlefield 1, I actually had did all the motion capture with the dots and all that, and I was a Turkish villain called Tilkici, and it was really fun to shoot, like, because we did it in Andy Serkis's studio. There's an Aerium Studios in Ealing, and they have all those kind of cool cameras around, and what they do is the video games guys, they put a little screen up, and they've already half painted your character on the screen, so everything you do, because they've got the little dots on you, you can see your character, how he'll look in the video game, moving at the same time. And they even do it with this knife. So I started throwing this knife that I had because I was threatening this girl with it. And you see the knife kind of like do a pirouette in the air. It's just a piece of wood with dots on it. What was your favourite to write? Jubilee or War Hero? Good question. I don't know. I mean, there were very different processes because with War Hero, that was my first film and I completely self-funded that. So the writing process, I didn't have any input from anybody. It was just me, and Jubilee was funded by UK Film Council, and so I had a lot of input from a lot of different people. If anyone out there has made a film with people like that, they'll know. You get a lot of ideas that some are good, some are not so good, and you just have to nod and smile and say thank you for that. I think Jubilee is a better film and it's a better script. It's a bit wordy. If I could have my time again, I'd go back and rewrite it. But check it out. It's on my website if you haven't had a chance to see either of those films. What do I like about writing and producing War Hero? Well, War Hero was great because I didn't know. I mean, I'd been on film sets and stuff. I never directed, and I remember War Hero, for those of you who've seen it, is a short film set in Iraq during the war, and so I didn't obviously have access to. When I first wrote the script, I was writing desert scenes and stuff, and I was like, well, I don't know where I'm going to shoot that. So I turned that into like an underground bunker, and I found this place in Peckham, which was an old abandoned industrial place, and I remember seeing, when I went to see the location, it was just black tunnels, and the lady said, yeah, there's some tunnels down there, and I went, this is perfect. So the first time I really saw it was when the director of photography and the gaffers started putting some lights up in this space, and then I saw how vast it was and cool, and I was like, okay, now how do I shoot this scene? Now luckily if you make a film, you always surround yourself with talented people, and they'll guide you along. Yeah, it was great. It was a really fun, exhilarating experience. You've appeared in the TV show Doctors more than once. Would you come back as a regular if asked? Probably not. They're nice people. Who did you prefer playing in Doctors, Matthew Jackson or Brad Masterson? Oh, well, Matthew Jackson, as I remember, was a photographer that everyone found sexy. All the girls found sexy and wanted to ask him out, and it turned out he was gay, and he went out with a lovely actor. I can't remember his name now. Brad Masterson was fun to play because he was like, he was a photographer too, wasn't he? Yeah. Must be something photography about me. And he was the really arrogant photographer. That was fun to play, actually. You've also appeared in BBC medical drama Casualty, playing Mr. Abdul Daman. Would you ever play this role again if asked? Yeah. He was like a brain surgeon. Yeah, it was quite cool. Would you play a regular character in Casualty if you asked? If you were, what role would you love to play? Nurse, doctor, consultant, etc. Dead body? You've had to wear lots of different outfits, uniforms for different shows. Do you have a favourite? I mean, I had to wear a cool, when I did this D-Day movie for the BBC, I played Robert Capa, this famous war photographer, and he had really cool outfits because it was, obviously 1940s, and he was the photographer that came with the American troops at D-Day landings and landed with them, so I had a kind of like army uniform but with a cool like sailor's collar that was about that high. I also, when I did my very first telly job, I played this public schoolboy turned assassin called Elgin Gatsby, and he had a really long leather Mac and a shotgun and an Aston Martin. And I remember one of the actors, this older actor, Ron Donachie, turned to me and he went, "It'll never be this good again." And it never was. How old were you when you first got into acting, and how did you know you wanted to be an actor? I suppose I started doing plays when I was about 19. Started writing my own plays and things, putting them on. And then I went to drama school when I was 22, but I sort of started quite late compared to a lot of people. I knew I wanted to do it, but I came from a place where I didn't know anyone who did it, and I didn't think that people like me became actors, I guess, just normal people, whatever, and so it took me a while, but then doing some plays gave me some confidence, and then I auditioned for drama schools and went to a great drama school, and that was that really, just sort of kept going from there. What's your favourite thing you've ever filmed? Oh my god. I mean, I love doing Zero Chill. I love The Bill. No, I mean, it's hard to say. They're all cool. Who's your favourite author and favourite book? Probably John Steinbeck, Grapes of Wrath. I mean, Hemingway, obviously. What's your favourite Bruce Springsteen song? I like The Boss. Born to Run. Growing Up I really like as well. What artistic journey would you like to try that you haven't tried yet? Well, I'm trying to be an author now, so I have my new book coming out soon, my first novel. So that's really where some of my passions lie, also in directing more and producing more films and stuff like that. Where do you get your inspiration for your writing projects? Well, I don't know, everywhere. I think anyone who writes, it's more like, it's not about how do you get ideas or inspiration, it's more about how do you decide what's a good idea and worth pursuing, because ideas come all the time, and then you have to sort of flush it around your brain and figure out whether it's worth putting all your time into, because some ideas are just simplistic and then, they're too small for a film or a series or something. They just sound good, and others just, you just know that they've got legs and they'll go a long way. How's the Partisan coming along? Well, it's coming out, so watch this space. I know you and Sam are friends, which is amazing. Are you going to write any more of your own films or shows? I am writing one. I'm writing a very cool one set in Goa. A police crime thriller set in Goa. Yeah, I'm enjoying that. Would you ever go into Celebrity Get Me Out of Here if asked? No. I don't want to eat those bugs. Would you like to be a main character in another long-running TV show? I mean, yeah. I mean, I am. What plans have you got coming up? Some research that I need to do on my India script, so I might head to India and do that. What show would you like to be in that you've not starred in? I mean, is this like a dream question? I guess it would have been my favourite TV shows of all time. NYPD Blue, The Wire, those kind of really cool cop shows. Not really, maybe some pirate thing or something. That's been your favourite location of film. My favourite location of film, I've got a few. Shot in Morocco a few times. I really like it there. That's a great place to shoot. Malta I've shot, it's great. They have a special water tank there, so they do a lot of stuff on sea there. I did Jason and the Argonauts there. What's your biggest achievement? My goodness, that's a big question. I should have thought this through. I don't know. You tell me. Where can fans request an autograph picture of yourself? Well, if you want something like that and you have a picture, DM me on Instagram.